Warning. The details of these allegations are... Let me stop. Okay. I'm triggered and I am not a victim myself of sexual abuse, but 6 lawsuits have been filed against this monster, including 4 of them from men. One of those men says that when he was just 16 years old, he was abused by Diddy. These 6 lawsuits were brought against him by that attorney, Tony Busby, who said that he plans to file 120 individual lawsuits against Diddy. Now we've gotten the first 6. The span of time ranges from the 90s to as recently as 2021. This most recent one allegedly happened in October of 2021 in New York. The man claims that he became disoriented after having 1 drink. He says the room started spinning, and the next thing he remembers is being in a bedroom, paralyzed. He says at least 3 men sexually assaulted him through sodomy and other force acts. And he claims he distinctly recalls seeing a naked Diddy above him at one point during the alleged assault. A similar story. Back in 2006, another man claims he was hired to work security for Diddy's white party, where he believes he consumed a drink that was laced with GHB and or ecstasy. He says Diddy then forced him into a van, overpowered him, and sexually assaulted him. The man claims Diddy inserted his male member into his hole down behind and sodomized him. The man says the alleged rape resulted in semen leaking out of his body. The third of the men that came forward claims that in 2008, he was working for Marc Ecko, a fashion designer, and he knew Diddy through his work. At the time, Diddy was doing very well with his Sean John, a competing brand. This man says he ran into Diddy and 3 bodyguards in the stockroom of Macy's flagship store in May of 2008. And this man claims someone pistol whipped the back of his neck and caused him to fall to his hands and knees. He then says Diddy approached him and said, "Suck my D," and then orally raped him. The incident from 1998 was the one involving a then 16-year-old boy. This now man says that in 98, when he was just 16, he was invited to Diddy's white party in the Hamptons. There's a photo of the 2 of them taken. He says that Diddy took an interest in him and took him to a more private area to chat, where Diddy told him he had the right look for the music industry and could be made into a star with Diddy's help. He claims Diddy abruptly told him to drop his pants and expose his male member for inspection, with Diddy saying it was a rite of passage and asking, "Don't you want to break into the business?" He says he relented and dropped his pants, exposing himself, and claims that Diddy cupped and held onto his genitals, squeezing and feeling them. A 16-year-old. In the 5th lawsuit filed, this woman claims that she was sexually assaulted by Diddy way back in the 90s at an event for Biggie. This woman says that Diddy asked to have a word with her in private at the event before leading her into a bathroom. There, he allegedly began kissing her. She claims that she asked him to slow down, but that he advanced aggressively by slamming her head against the wall. She fell to the ground before attempting to escape, but Diddy allegedly struck her again and then lifted her dress and raped her, according to this lawsuit. He also allegedly threatened her, saying, "You better not tell anyone about this or you will disappear." The woman claims the trauma haunts her to this day and that she's kept it a secret for years, fearing retaliation. And finally, in the 6th lawsuit filed, a woman says that she was just 19 years old and a freshman in college when she and a friend were invited to an exclusive Diddy party at the Marriott Hotel in New York City. When they arrived, security allegedly ushered them into a private room. When asked where they were being taken, the security guard allegedly responded, "You know what you are here for." Diddy then entered the room and instructed the teenagers, to drink alcohol and do blow. The plaintiff claims she didn't want to, and Diddy started to become aggressive with her friend. He then allegedly demanded them to perform oral sex on him and said he'd kill them if they didn't. The plaintiff says her friend agreed and that Diddy then would not let her leave. He then allegedly forced the plaintiff to undress before sexually assaulting her. She claims she was crying as the door to the bedroom opened and a security guard asked if everything was okay. At that point, she says her friend ran out of the room, but that she could not because Diddy was allegedly on top of her. The embattled rapper then apparently got off her to speak with the security guard and told her to stay put or else he'd kill her. 30 minutes later, a separate security guard allegedly entered the room and told her she could leave, and she took a taxi straight back to her dorm. This woman is also suing Bad Boy Corporations and Marriott International, the hotel chain. And in this particular case, the attorney, Busby, says the hotel management was aware of Diddy's conduct, but looked the other way. Why also have the authorities not indicted and brought charges against any of these bodyguards or any of Diddy's other enablers, his staff members? Others need to be held accountable too. And these are just 6 of literally dozens more lawsuits to come. Thoughts on everything? Let me know in the comments.